Hello and welcome to this edition of Campus Talk. This week we're going to be focusing on studying abroad, what students are doing, and where they're going.
We are also going to be talking about Tyra Banks in our celebrity section on her dramatic weight loss.
Crack or not? Find out later in the show.
And we'll be talking with Krista and Christine about their studying abroad experiences.
And as always, we're going to be leaving you off with a fabulous tip. And for some of you, this just might be a life-saving tip.
Yeah, definitely.
So, without any further ado, we're going to start off talking about Halli's weekend, and I heard it is fabulous.
Well, I wouldn't say it was that fabulous.
Okay.
We had a stage 5 clinger on our hands, and it was quite scary. We actually knew this person, but what happened was my really good friend, she had been receiving text messages all day from this guy, just being like, "What are you doing? Let's hang out. Like, maybe you should stay in tonight, and we'll, watch a movie, not get drunk." And she's like, "No."
Is there past history between these two people?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Creepy.
Yeah. It was very weird. And so she was like, "No, I'm going to sports." Like she didn't want to do any of that. So she doesn't ever text him back really. And he was like, "Well, can I crash at your place?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, of course. We have a lot of couches."
Like a good friend.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Just come over, so totally, yeah.
She was like, "We have a lot of couches. You can crash at my place, of course." And he was thinking more along the lines of sleeping in her bed. So she said to him, Halli usually sleeps in my bed, etc. Just to tell him, like, no, it's not going to happen. Well, so we go out, we go to sports. She doesn't take her cell phone out because she didn't want this guy to call her. And we get to sports, and he finds me, and he pulls me to the side, and he's like, "Halli," and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Could you maybe sleep on the futon tonight?"
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Oh,
and I
no.
was like, no. I said no. I was like, "You're gonna have to talk to her about that," So he tries to kiss her, first of all, in front of all of our friends, which was awkward.
This is at a public location.
Yes.
Location.
Yeah, this was extreme
wow.
PDA. And at this point, I looked at her, I was like, we got a stage 5 clinger on our hands, And
stage 5 clinger, that's my new favorite line.
Yeah. So I decided, I was like, we got to get out of here. I was like, we got to leave. So we left. And we walk home, and around like 3 in the morning, I hear her door open downstairs. And I was like, lock the door. So she goes and locks her bedroom door, and for 5 minutes straight, pounding on the bedroom door.
He came?
He came.
Well, this is just a private home?
Oh, yes. He walked from sports to her apartment
no.
and came and just knocked on her bedroom door. And we were in her room, locked, freaking out, like we didn't know what to do.
Yeah, he could have been like trying to stab her or kill her. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, well, and so we hear him go in the closet in the next room, and we're like, what is he doing in the closet? And we were like, well, we knew that he was very intoxicated, but we were just like, what is he doing in the closet? And so then my other friend that lives in this house, she could hear him throwing up. And so it was just like dramatic throwing up, like trying to get somebody's attention throwing up, We don't know if he was really throwing up
so he came
or he was pretending to throw up to get somebody's attention.
So he came over to her house, you can throw up on. When a guy throws up, I'm just like, you are my boyfriend for the next 3 years. I am attracted to that.
I mean, that's an immediate turn on, definitely. So anyway, then he comes back and starts knocking on the door again, and we're just dying laughing because we're like, what do we do? Like, this is so funny.
Yeah.
And at the time, I'm texting like my friend that lives next door. I'm like, stage 5 clinger, help, And he's like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? So finally, this guy leaves. And we think he left, okay? And we text her roommate that's downstairs eating, and we go, lock the door. Don't let this guy in. Well, lo and behold, we hear some banging downstairs on the front door, and we're like, oh my gosh. And so these girls come running up, and they're like, he's back. What do we do? And we're like, don't let him in. And so we finally called someone to have him come pick this guy up.
Like police?
No, because we knew this guy. We knew who it was.
So you just wanted a friend to take him away.
We wanted somebody to get him away because she was very uncomfortable. It was a very uncomfortable situation for her, and we just wanted it to be over. And so somebody came and got him, and the next morning he texted her and was like, I hate your roommate. She locked me out. Like, no, yeah, like you weren't invited in the first place. Of course.
My goodness.
Yeah,
wow.
So it was
what
pretty
a
crazy
weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But it's a funny story to tell, and it's probably embarrassing for him, but I mean, it's college.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know about, coming in, throwing up, I'm like, you better clean that
And the
shit.
next day, my friend, she comes out of her room because she was sick the night before, so she didn't go out or anything. And so she went into the other room and saw like her clothes that she had in that closet were all over the floor. So we don't know what he was doing in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you that my weekend wasn't nearly as exciting as yours.
Probably a good thing.
I mean, I don't think I want that kind of excitement, to be honest with you. But no, I had a really quiet weekend. My partner and I, we went up to Indianapolis and we went to visit some friends. We did a hot tub and dinner.
Ooh.
I know it's so nice to relax once in a while.
Oh, it definitely
all the
is.
stress of like, you know, interviewing, I-Course, school.
Yeah,
doing
you had
everything.
I-Course.
You don't talk about it. Horrible group. But it was so nice to relax, and yeah, it was a really fun weekend. We had some hot chocolate and some walks in the circle, so it was lovely.
That's great.
So yeah, enough about our weekends.
Yes.
We want to talk about studying abroad, and you know, we want to start off by talking about what we think of it.
Yeah.
You know, what's our opinion. So what do you think of studying abroad?
I think it's a really good experience for students that are able to study abroad. Unfortunately, I went to my advisor yesterday and was going to talk to her about studying abroad, but I just don't have time for it. But I have a few friends that have studied abroad. My sister studied abroad, and it was a really good experience for her. She really enjoyed it. She went to France, and I would, if I was a freshman, if I was a sophomore, I would definitely look into studying abroad. I think it's a good experience, and every student should consider it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
You know, I'm a junior now, and I've been looking into it, but it's so hard, and I understand from a business perspective why students are hesitant to go. It's so competitive getting a job now, and if you're gone out of the market for one semester, you're not here to get those jobs, those interviews. You can't just leave, and because I feel like when you go study abroad, you just leave everything behind. Your life is on hold.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can't afford that. I can't afford to leave and just leave everything behind without securing something back here. But I mean, I know the business school offers trips to Egypt. I mean, Cairo, Egypt. I think that's a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah.
It offers trips all over the world. You can go to Asia, Europe. So there's so many opportunities for students. But I think another thing that holds back students is the cost. Some of these go up to $20,000.
It really
for
expensive.
6 months.
I know that the semester at sea, which is really cool.
Yes.
I would love to do that.
Why don't you tell our audience about that? Because I loved when I read about it.
Okay, well, semester at sea basically is you're on a cruise for, I think, a semester. Yeah,
it is a semester. Yeah,
and they have IU professors and different professors from different colleges all around the United States. And you just travel from country to country and you learn different things. And you're also taking classes as well. So it's a great experience, but it's like $30,000.
It is. It's, $30,000. It's very expensive. I mean, I know that you can add it up to $30,000. I think there's cheaper costs as well. But I mean, you can definitely get it to that level. But the cool thing about that is you get to travel to so many countries. Like if you take the summer one, I know you get to go to Alexandria, like lots of European countries, and it's just such a fun experience. Like you only live once.
Yeah.
You're never gonna have the opportunity to just leave 6 months of your life again. So I mean, if you have the money.
Yes.
You have the time. I say go ahead and have some fun.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah.
My sister did it, and she had the time of her life. She was in Aix-en-Provence in France all of last year. She had the time of her life. The classes, I think, were a little bit challenging because she does speak fluent French. So all the classes were in French, no English. And so I think that was a little bit more challenging for her. But it was just a great experience. I went to visit her. It was a lot of fun. It's a college town where she was, so it's kind of like Bloomington in France. It was really neat.
And another thing students definitely need to consider is doing a study abroad opportunity on their own. I did some research. I'm Croatian, as probably everybody here knows. But I went and did it on my own, because if you go through like another school, it's like $17,000, $18,000 for the semester. But I researched it on my own, and you can actually go and study in the University of Zagreb in Croatia, which is gorgeous, next to Italy. There's beaches, beautiful. And each class is 150 euros. That's it. And living expenses are 300 euros a month. So you can get there basically by paying $800 for the classes and then 350 euros per month. Wow. That is probably the cheapest.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll find anywhere. And the thing is, it's research. You have to, if you do it on your own, the things are out there for you. So definitely, consider all of these options that we've talked about.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, but after we come back, we have some fabulous guests who are going to share their own experiences about studying abroad.
Yes.
So we'll see you soon. Stay tuned.